Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get the popcorn, get comfortable. Today's matchup is an absolute banger. This may be a glimpse into the semi-finals of Worlds upcoming. We have FAKER in the mid lane on Zoe, up against no other than Showmaker. On Showmaker's side, he has Khan in the top lane, the best performing top at the tournament, I think. And this is just going to be an absolute pleasure to watch. Now, both teams are on the same side of the bracket in the quarters. So essentially, T1 is up against Hanwha. T1 are the favorites. And then you got Damwon up against Mad. Of course, Damwon are the favorites. If both teams win, they'll advance. They'll play each other. The winner of that will go to finals at Worlds. And look, I wouldn't be... I'll be lying if I say I wasn't rooting for FAKER here to make it to the finals, to win Worlds. I just can't stop rooting for this guy. He's the OG, man. He's been around for so long. And it's going to be a bit of a shame if he doesn't make it there. He's definitely not predicted to make it there. Damwon been performing just exceptionally well. They haven't dropped a game yet at Worlds. Maybe until they verse Mad Lions in the quarters. I think Mad Lions, they've got it in them to take a couple games. I don't know if they got it in them to take this series. But this matchup, guys, you have Zoe into Sylas. Essentially, Zoe is one of the best counters to Sylas. A good Sylas won't really mind playing into the matchup. It's all about surviving the early game. And FAKER here, he's run Summon Airy. One of the most aggressive early games you can go into these type of matchups. A lot of mid laners don't really know, when do I go Summon Airy, when do I go Electrocute on Zoe? Essentially, if you're in a matchup where you can auto attack so often, the Summon Airy in the first couple levels is going to give you really consistent poke. You don't have to go for the all-in with the Electrocute, and Airy's cooldown is so low. So FAKER, he's run that every single time Showmaker tries to CS. FAKER's up in his face, looking for that auto, passive, empowered auto, making Showmaker's life a living hell. FAKER with the Ignite, Showmaker with the Teleport. It's Showmaker's job just to survive these first couple of levels. Farm up, get a good teleport back into the map, get a little bit of health, and then maybe start slowly ramping up at 1 to 2 items and being able to outscale the Zoe, of course. FAKER. But I don't really think you can get the solo unless you land the bubble. So Showmaker does a very good job at hiding behind these minions, which you should always be doing when playing the matchups. FAKER with no aggressive goodie bags. Gore Drink are probably one of the worst you can get in the early game. I think CS is looking pretty even. 15 to 12. Thanks a tower shot. You got to be careful. FAKER's gone for the Corrupting Potion and Biscuit Delivery. Showmaker gone a little bit more aggressive for the Dorans. Of course, you're going to get out-sustained anyway, so Showmaker just tries to get a little bit more health into the matchup. Maybe look for an aggressive play. He doesn't end up going for it, and he has to teleport back. Gets the Dark Seal. FAKER almost with that bubble. You can see how he's playing with the outskirts. Sometimes these skill shots can go straight past. He's not able to get it. Now it's FAKER's job, okay? Whenever someone teleports back like this, do not, even if you're low health, don't just instantly back and reset. You want to try and target their resources as much as possible. So that if you can, essentially, if you can force another base for them and an even base, they've wasted their teleport, right? And you have even items. Or even you get a better buy because you have more gold to spend. Or you have the same gold, but they've already spent their gold on small components. So essentially, guys, FAKER, he stays in lane here. He's going to try and poke out as much as possible. And see if he can get Showmaker to base again. Waste that teleport as he... Ooh, he just misses that cannon. Probably praying for a good goodie bag here. And Showmaker, if you get hit by the bubble here, you are done. And we miss the goodie bag here. Two of the classics, the cannon and then the goodie bag on Zoe. You can never miss the goodie bags, guys. Like, the value on them is... Like, the gold value you get is just ridiculous. No pressure, but don't goddamn miss them, okay? Enemy jungle. Is that Rek'Sai? You can play very aggressive on Zoe. You get that extra movement speed when using summoners. You can pop the Ignite, try and kite out a little bit. Beautiful Q poke by FAKER. I think Zoe's a great champion to pick up if you're looking for something fun, looking for something bubbly. It's a, it's a nice personality to play. It's a very enjoyable champion. He might... Ooh, I was wondering if he's going to try and pop the Ignite and just look for the all-in there. Maybe if like Showmaker blew his flash, you could go for a 1-for-1. He's trying to stop the back. Showmaker... That bubble wouldn't have landed, so FAKER wins the mind game. And now Showmaker is stuck under tower. Faker with no mana. Got to hit this goodie bag. Let's see what he gets. He gets another Gore Drinker. Unfortunate. No ignites. What is the best goodie bag? I always think Ignite is the best, but I guess it's pretty situational. Sometimes something like a Ghost can be very underrated. The Barrier or Exhaust, of course. Cleanse, even if you're in a Twisted Fate. I guess it's situational. And I'm wondering what Faker goes for on his first back. You see some Zoes will go for the Oblivion to try and put some healing reduction onto the Silas. Of course, it's not going to be much damage, so if you have enough to get the Lost Chapter, it's probably going to be the better buy. You don't want to... Sometimes, like... He's not even going to base, he's just going to wait. A fake base by Showmaker, so both mids. Going to be paused. Faker will move up. You could stop Showmaker's base if you moved, but it doesn't look like he wants to risk it. Got no vision. I'll hit that bait. 5 CS lead. Plus, essentially, he has a summoner spell advantage because of Showmaker's burnt TP. And as you can see, both mid laners with the Lucidity boots. These pros love their Lucidity, guys. They like the extra haste. The cooldown reduction is very nice. It's very cost efficient if you go for something like the Sorks. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of extra damage, but you don't have as much utility. These pros seem to value a lot more. A little bit aggressive there. And this is where Showmaker can really start to take over. If he works his way with the Rek'Sai, blows Faker's flash, gets the summoners. And Faker with the exact same ward spot all game, I swear. He wants to put his ward over on those wraiths. If the Rek'Sai's in the top side, he's going to clear them. You can see the tunnels. And just spot those ganks out from a mile away. And I'm still waiting for these solos. I want to see them come out. I think that Faker's Zoe is one of his highest win rate champs. And also Showmaker's Silas is a classic. So it's good to see these two mid laners in their best champions. Not as though they're testing anything out. Hits the Ghost. Well, he has the Ghost. I'm thinking he might hit it. He holds. Waiting to see. Bubble, lands, Ghost, procced, Q. Boom. Moves it in. I don't think he really wants to run the... He holds... Did you see how he holds the Ignite? Now he's going to try and look for Showmaker. Showmaker steals the Talon ult, goes in Viz. And now Showmaker is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. This Faker holds all sums, doesn't drop the Ignite, and that's a classic. I see too many lower elo players. You blow your summoners for no goddamn reason. Admit it. I know you do. They're 10 health and you drop your Ignite. They're bloody 2 autos away and you flash in preemptively. And you're like, well, I didn't need a flash there. That is game changing, those small decisions there. Hold your summoners, okay? The TP comes out. That should be Showmaker. See what he does. He has no ult, remember. Faker probably just going to abort. Now he drops the Ignite, gets the vision. He's probably going to flash away from the Rek'Sai. That tunnels over. Rek'Sai flashes in. Faker not able to get out there. And unfortunately, he's going to drop. Didn't get any kills to his name either. And the gold is dead even. Spicy game. Faker with a slight CS advantage, but I'm pretty sure Showmaker is going to have the experience advantage after that death. Which I think when you have extra levels on Silas is so valuable. Way more valuable, I think, than on the Zoe. You can see Faker. He picks up the Oblivion like I was talking about earlier. Wants to try and get the healing reduction over onto the Silas. Not flash. He needs to make his way back into this wave as fast as humanly possible. Where the hell is Showmaker gone? He's off a vision. His team's doing Drake, but maybe he's just pondering around. See his items. Okay, he got his Lost Chapter. He has his Ruby Crystal. I'd definitely say Showmaker has the better buy. He has the better items right now. Just has to wait for the best fight to play. You got to play with your jungler at this point, guys. You don't want to force too many things. These higher elo mids, you'll notice, like, they don't over... Unless you're someone like Caps, you don't over-force. These mid laners like Faker, Showmaker, Chovy, they all have very reserved decision-making in solo queue. They go for their consistency, right? Because essentially, if you want the best training, I guess, for a pro player, FAKER, he wants to try and get that Rek'Sai, not able to get it. No sums. Showmaker gets the double buffs. Pro play is very consistent. It's very slow paced. So if you're always playing solo queue like an absolute menace, you're not going to get the best practice environment. Pros. All they really do care about is their pro play. A lot of people get angry. It's funny, a lot of people get angry at pros for not trying their hardest in solo queue, but like, can you really blame them? As FAKER gets the kill over onto the Rek'Sai, don't make it able to live. I mean, they're not going to try hard their solo queue games for you. It's a practice environment for them. If they want to limit test, they can limit test. That's what they're going to... They're getting paid $1 million salaries. They're scrimming all day. If they want to try a new champion in rank, that's what it's there for them for. Just because you're in a in a solo queue game looking to win your promos or something doesn't mean they're going to try their absolute heart out for you. And that's just how it is, guys. And not everyone's going to revolve their world around you, which some people do get. A lot of streamers and other people get pretty angry around pros, but what it is. So we're going to have to try and land the bubble. Bubble hits, and Showmaker will easily drop down. Talon yoinks it. I thought he might try and give it over to FAKER here. Absolute thief. Goodie bag, shove it in, try and eat some plates. We've got a minute and a half left to eat these plates. You should see FAKER throw a couple of abilities out. Let's see. He's not throwing anything. I thought he would to try and get the... Here we go. See that? Empowered autos. The empowered autos on the tower is really nice to try and proc these plates faster. I don't even know if he's doing it. I think he's just trying to shove the wave. I guess he wants to preserve his mana, perhaps. Because sometimes you can use even your ultimate. Your ultimate's very low mana. Get that empowered auto onto the tower. Pop. He's going to head back to base here. He'll get his lost chapter for well. And man, it's lining up to be a very exciting world. I really hope Mad can take down Damwon. Like, I love Damwon, Showmaker's a good guy, yada yada yada, but come on now. Wouldn't it be nice to see Mad Lions progress? Go to the semi-finals, maybe against FAKER T1. And hopefully C9 can take down Gen G. I think C9 can beat Gen G. I think easily C9 can beat Gen G. Unfortunately, you're going to be up against RNG or EDG. Or absolute psychotic. I mean, EDG is a lot more controlled. RNG is just psychotic. Like, they play crap. Good luck trying to match them. C9. As we move across, there's a good bubble angle. You can see, boom, that's a beautiful angle on the bubble. You can't land these bubbles unless you have E with your quick cast with indicator. You need an indicator to go through these terrains. Don't just play everything quick cast when you're playing Zoe. Same as like Victor E or Rumble R. You need to take the second to see where it's going to line up, how it's going to interact with the terrain. FAKER 2-1-3, Showmaker 2-2-4. Bloody close game. Dead even, really. Wondering what the mythic is going to be for Zoe here. If it's going to be an Everfrost. I mean, it's going to be an Everfrost. I don't know why I said anything else. He has the Ruby Crystal. I definitely think Everfrost is underrated for Zoes. I see a lot of Zoes force the Ludens. I think there's scenarios definitely where you can go Liandry's or the Everfrost, depending on the situation. Everfrost into shorter range matchups, Liandry's into tankier type of matchups. CD, some cooldowns. The Everfrost on the ground there, FAKER wants to grab it, R's forward. No vision on the bot side. Showmaker is probably hovering, so he doesn't really want to go in there. You can see Khan makes his way into the mid lane. This tells me, well, I don't know what this tells me. Where the hell is Showmaker sitting? Did he reset and goes topside? Crossed by FAKER and misses. Q misses. And it does. And Showmaker was the whole time he was waiting in that red buff. I think the Talon, he gets caught up. Showmaker makes his way in. Showmaker dies. Talon picks it. Now FAKER's going to try and land a bubble. Did he hit it? Not quite. Go. Q. Q. Just tags the Rek'Sai. And I saw a clip. Oh, this is a good E angle. Has no that. I saw a beautiful clip. I don't know if half of you guys saw it, but it was a BDD Zoe play, and he had two of the most beautiful blind bubbles I've ever seen on his pro view. Up against, I think, Team Liquid. Some really nice Zoes coming out from pro play. I told you guys Zoe would be picked at Worlds. Very nice. It's a very nice pick at the moment, and that E buff that went through a while back really helping out your pick potential in the mid-late game. Nice, and in bubble goes wide. Still have that flash on the W. Good show, angry Showmaker. Ooh. Fake flash, the bubble lands. Kai'Sa makes his way in, forces the flash on a Faker. And that is definitely worth. Good aggression by Showmaker. Faker probably should have respected the E. Because Rakan killed. Probably have to concede the tower and just have a little bit of a wait. No, it survives. Nice. We have enough for the Everfrost. Let's go back. Oh, he doesn't have ult. Make our way back here. Pick up the Everfrost. Maybe even head into the bot side. I'm wondering what next item. An Hourglass wouldn't be that bad of a decision into the Rek'Sai, Kennen, Sylas. But packing much damage. And this is the hard part. This is where the Sylas really comes into the game, because your side lane potential as Zoe sucks. It's horrendous. You have very little mobility, really bad survivability. You want to be running at mid A-ramming looking for poke. This is where Sylas really should start matching Faker in the side lane, trying to play like around the deep vision in the pockets of no vision for Faker, and you make those picks with your jungle, with your support, stuff like this. This is how you come back into the game. We'll try and really pinpoint like a 1-3-1 or a strong side lane, and force whenever you're against these mid laners like the Zoe, like the Xerath, Victor, these terrible like mid long range mages with no escape abilities. You force them into the side lanes, okay? You force them. And when they come out, then you either abuse them or they're stuck mid lane sharing farm and you're able to get an advantage through XP and towers in the side lane. That's just how League's been for a long time, and players still can't really recognize these patterns. As an ARAM breaks out, Faker, no flash, remember, and he drops the Yone. It's that ultimate. This could be a really good fight for blue side, but now the Showmaker, he's starting to romp through these fights. Highest KDA in the world standings in the moment. And he is looking terrific. I think people... I would probably say Showmaker is having the best performance out of any mid at the tournament. There's a case for Chovy, but I just want to see how Chovy goes against the series in T1. I think Chovy's had a decent performance so far. Definitely not like a Doombeat performance. Doombeat kind of embarrassed himself and embarrassed me because I said he would do well. Unfortunate. Does seem like Fake is making his way towards that Hourglass. But yeah, we'll see. Plenty of time left at Worlds. And it is a shame. People have been begging for a losers bracket at Worlds. So for instance, like we're not going to see, like RNG or EDG are out. We're going to have Mad Lions or Darmon out. We're going to have T1 or Hanwha out. Like if they had a losers bracket and these two teams could face in the loser bracket and make their way back, it'd make for a very interesting tournament. But I think Riot just isn't really interested in a losers bracket tournament. That's just how they've been running it for a while now. I don't know if League has really done a losers in the past. I think it's a good tournament setup. Obviously, it's going to mean more dragged on games. Maybe lesser teams get more appearances, but when you've got a Worlds this stacked, it just makes sense. Showmaker has the Cosmic Drive now. The best second item for the Sylas. Sometimes you can get for that Hourglass, but if you're looking for aggression, the Cosmic Drive is where you want to put your gold towards. Here we go. Third dragon. Wouldn't mind an Ocean Soul. Of course, pre-season is coming up. We got these new Drakes coming in. Chem Drake, Hex Drake. Got portals all over the map. Got inbuilt Scion passes. Oh man, it's going to be absolute mayhem in preseason. But that's what it's good for, testing out new changes. All chat, by the way, guys, if you weren't aware, in some regions is being removed today. Won't be able to flame your teammates as much. Double lands. Should be able to pick... Oh, he's not able to get the finally drop Showmaker. So many summoners on the ground, and Faker is just going to use every single goddamn one. As he's not able to chase. A little bit awkward on those interchanges there. Faker flashes forward. Gonna R in, Rek'Sai, nowhere to be seen. He's over on the Wraiths here. Faker has no summoners left. I don't think they're gonna be able to chase. And their mission should be the third dragon to set up some soul points. B? He's just staying there, just in case Rek'Sai wants to try and hold the wave. Yone asks for a little bit of assistance. And hopefully you guys are enjoying some of these games. Like, I know I do a lot of reviews on FAKER, Showmaker, these big names, but dude, like, these are the games I enjoy watching in the lead up to Worlds. They're fun. You don't get these type of matchups very often. It's always nice to cover them and have a look how they're doing against each other in solo queue as FAKER goes for his own Cosmic Drive. He says, screw defensive items, I'm going full offensive, and goes for that cooldown reduction. That's going to feel nice. It's not going to feel nice, though, when the Rek'Sai flashes on you. Or the Kai'Sa all-ins you. But it will feel nice with that extra haste. Movement speed. I'm pretty sure I saw Khan. He moved his way in. The Proto on the ground. FAKER gets a little bit of poke out. Throws a couple of bubbles. Definitely think a blue trinket would come in handy around about now to try and put around. See that damage coming out from FAKER. He wants to try and pick up that goodie bag. Not able to get it. Poke back from Kai'Sa. Yone in his place. Head across now. Pick up the farm. Next fight, probably... Oh, I saw them hovering on the Nash. I don't think they're going to start it. Are they going to start it? That'd have to be crazy. No. Showmaker shows topside. You have to be careful right now. Someone... Oh, the bubble land. Does the bubble land? Going in. Bubble doesn't land. And they're looking for the all-in onto Showmaker. He drops his hourglass. The bubble doesn't land again. Can we please land a bubble? Here comes the Rek'Sai. And we're able to pick up the Zhonya's, but it's not going to be enough. Kai'Sa gets the shutdown over onto FAKER. And it doesn't look like they're done. They're going to turn towards the Nash here. And a little bit of over-aggression, I would say. And a couple of bubbles that went wide. Timing is a bit off. Going to cost him his life. Going to cost the Baron. And definitely cost the gold lead. Uses that. Nash gets the kill. Now looking for the Lucian. I was talking to my chat yesterday saying, what pick... I think... Oh, well played by Lucian. What pick surprised you the most at having priority at Worlds? I think we all agreed that Yuumi kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't think Yuumi would have that much priority. We all definitely knew Kennen was strong. We definitely knew champions like the Graves top, like the Lucian were all getting picked pretty often. But I definitely think that Yuumi, I just did not see it coming. Because a lot of the pros weren't playing it in solo queue, so obviously I don't have scrim result knowledge. But it does, in hindsight, it does make sense with these type of crazy junglers like the Talon, like the Qiyana. The Poppy, but dude, the Poppy jungle definitely surprised me actually. Into these high mobility comps. Poppy coming out from a lot of the Korean junglers. It's a very good pick. I ran into a couple of Poppies when I was over in Korea. They have a very high elo Poppy jungle community or some bullshit over there. Like, you would see it often. People playing Poppy jungle in high elo Korea. Even way before a lot of the, like, these metas evolved, so. And FAKER, interestingly, doesn't go Morella. He goes the Chem Punk Purifier. I see a lot of debate around this on why they're completing these items. It's essentially pretty goddamn cheap. Some extra haste. I don't know if I essentially mathematically agree with it, but it's nice to complete the item slot, I guess. In contrast to completing something probably like the Void Staff or the Hourglass here. Bubble goes wide, Q goes wide, and you can just see Problem with Zoe, man, a couple of these skill shots, if they land, can make and break the game. Showmaker makes his way in, gets the Rakan ultimate, flashes in, and just completely ints it. I like to see. What a mess of a game. Always awkward, Zoe. Enemy team sieging with the Nash. It feels like you can't get much done without risking your life. You go in deep, the Kai'Sa all-ins you, you have no sums, like it can be a very bad time, you can see. I love that mechanic there by FAKER. He R's over onto the trees. Get a better angle for the E. Really nice Zoe. Coming out from your boy. I'd really like to know your predictions, guys. Do you think that FAKER has it in him to win one more Worlds? He's going to have to retire in the next couple of years. That's the problem. It's a ticking time bomb because he has to go to the military. I think if he wins in this year or next, I think always retiring on a win should be your angle. It's going to be sad to see him go, but someone with FAKER's career, I think going out on a World Championship win would just be, you know, it just would make a lot of sense. It's just how he should go out. You don't want him going out on like a failed world qualifier or like a bad group stage or something. You want him going out the top. So if you're able to get that, buddy, up to you. You call it, hey? Oh, the Rek'Sai gets the dragon. No Ocean Soul. FAKER drops as well. And at this point, with Showmaker on 3 items, I don't think there's much going to be holding him back here from hard carrying the game. 3k gold lead, 2.5k gold lead now for red side. And this is where the Sylas is so much better situated than the Zoe. Zoe, single target, it's a very predictable, it's a very one-dimensional pick. Sylas has all these different ultimates to steal. So much mobility, you have engage, you have cleanup. There's so many different ways you can play this champion, while Zoe, it's just a one-dimensional, I'm going to poke you from afar, and hopefully you don't get hit by my skill shots. And that's why this Sylas should be able to really ramp up into the mid-late game. Probably doesn't help. Enemy jungle, bot, and top are all goddamn fed out of their minds. His team's not doing that badly, but they're just slightly behind in each role. This Chempunk just looks awkward in the inventory. FAKER's been doing a lot. I've seen Dopa do it a bit on his Orianna. I think we saw it come out from a couple of other mids. In pro play, in the LCK and the LPL, I can't remember what champions they were playing though. I definitely saw it come out a couple times though. It was interesting. A lot of critics on my Twitter page about the item. Oh. Goes wide. Bubble doesn't go. It went so long there. Not able to make it land. Should be able to get him. FAKER can R forward. One R forward here should do it. Gets the stopwatch bug. Showmaker. Now we'll head back into the base. I don't know if that chase was worth it. They make their way through the top side. Gets Prior in the mid lane. And I guess we're looking for the Hourglass now. This build is so delayed. You need Hourglass and then you need Void Staff. And even then, it's like you don't have any room for the Death Cap. I wonder if this anti-heal was even necessary. You probably could have sat on the Oblivion, right? And then later into the game, because the Yone has the Mortal, the Lulu is already working on some anti-heal. I wonder if you even needed it. It's definitely a sell at full build. But at this point, it's clogging up a lot of his gold and inventory. And Ping's put Nash. Grab the crab. This is going to be tight. It's all going to come down to this last fight. You can see Khan has his flash and it just makes me nervous. A 4-item cannon with flash. he can just nuke your entire team. Lucian, a little bit caught up a bit position. He makes it work though. Showmaker. So far back. I think so far back here. Now the battle for mid prio and the Nash will begin. These fights are always very awkward. You need to kill the mid lane wave. Should always be your priority. As you can see, Showmaker looking for the flank behind. Faker's bubble goes wide. And I want, oh, look at Khan's flank as well. Now, all these good players are looking for unique angles on the fight. Do not, if you're playing any champion like Silas, like Kennen, Zed, Kiana, don't just, you need to think differently to how others think in these games. You need to think, what is a unique angle they're not expecting? Come around from a flank. Innovate. That's how these players separate themselves, guys. Don't just come on front way or like the one flank angle that everybody looks for. Look for something goddamn crazy. As Faker looks to try and pick off Khan, he gets a lot of damage out. Bubble lands. Q comes through, not able to kill the Rek'Sai. And here comes Big Daddy Khan, gets the double. You forgot about Khan. And they're going to run down mid lane here. That was a full-on ace. And I think at the end of the day, that is going to be a GG. They FF the game, and that is it. Absolutely beautiful game to spectate, guys. That was really fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And hopefully I see you on my next video.